Welcome to We're Talking Bears. Welcome to the 2024 season, 2024-2025, because it rolls into January now for the season. Man, we're so glad that everyone's back. We want to give you great content. This is going to be an exciting year. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Pass it on. And hey, this year's about this right here. Because the Bears are strong. We're not rolling over. We're not joking. We're not just freaking out as fans, just being fanboys, and everybody's like, yeah. No. This is a team. This is a team. We got some guys that aren't gonna make this team that are good.
Yeah.
But man, let's get into it. Let's get into it, nephew. How you feeling, man? It's been a while.
Absolutely, it has, man. I've been itching and waiting, and I've been ready. And honestly, you're absolutely right. I feel like this is our season, and all the time they say that, oh, you just Bears fans and you just excited. Every year you say that. Every year we say that. But I really feel this year is different. So I'm excited. I mean, Hall of Fame game today. So I mean, it kicks it off. Preseason. Preseason is approaching. Of course, we didn't get to see any of the starters, but it's just nice to be back in the swing of football and be back here on We're Talking Bears.
Yep.
Let's get to it.
Hey, Hall of Fame game. Let's give respect to our Hall of Fame inductees for 2024.
Yes,
nephew,
sir.
You want to kick that off?
Oh yeah, let me get these names down for us real quick, because we definitely have some of our own guys in there. Okay, Dwight Freeney.
Dwight Freeney, man, you gotta respect him. You gotta respect him.
I'm sorry, I was jumping.
Yeah, but he was a problem for us in that Super Bowl. Let's just tell the truth. He was a problem for us, man. He was a problem. He was a problem. He was a problem.
Well deserved.
I mean, I respect it. You know what? If you have to lose the Super Bowl to somebody, lose it to a couple Hall of Famers.
Absolutely. There you go. There you go.
Man, he caused problems.
Absolutely.
I would have loved for that to be our Super Bowl, but Dwight Freeney caused us some issues.
Now you're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry, I'm just stuck on that. I can't think of anything else in his career except for the fact that when his team was whipping on us in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just knew we were gonna win.
I'm sorry, man. I'm traumatized still.
It's okay. It's okay, because we do have a couple of our own. And next up on our list here is Devin Hester. Change the game.
The man. The legend.
The myth, the legend. Absolutely.
Change the game.
Literally, they changed kickoffs because of Devin Hester.
You talking about the Super Bowl? Here's the first and only in the 50 years of the NFL has had the Super Bowl to take an opening kick for a touchdown.
Man, and I'm not gonna lie. When he did that, I just knew. I'm like, oh yeah, it's ours. I just knew it. That's why it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. We didn't win that.
And if you ever heard the Colts discuss that situation,
no.
It was Tony Dungy did an incredible job coaching them. He pulled his team together, and he said, we knew who he was, and we knew what he was going to do. So now it's our turn.
Right.
That's how Tony Dungy pulled that team together, because that could have broken any team. That could have broken them. Like, wait a minute. We kicked the ball off and we're down 7-0.
Right.
What's next?
Right.
Like a lesser team, you don't have a Tony Dungy as a coach, Peyton Manning, Dwight Freeney, Marvin Harrison. You don't have that group of guys.
Right.
Jeff Saturday in the middle there. You don't have that group of guys. Quality guys, many of them Hall of Famers. You're broken right there, because I mean, we had a heck of a defense. Man, we could run the rock. We had good receivers.
We really did.
That man, and to spend the whole game trying to figure out what to do with the kickoffs and the punts.
Right.
That's what Hester did. Because when Hester, just because he didn't get in, he got in the end zone 21 times on kicks.
Right.
But there were hundreds of times where he flipped field position.
Yeah.
There were so many times where they caught him at the 18 or the 15 or the 25 of their side of the field.
Right.
You know, where, all right, he didn't get in. They're excited. He didn't get in.
Right.
But then we are already in field goal range when we hiked the snap.
Right.
And that was part of, they accredited that to Cutler's ability to run the offense before they let Hester go. They're like, oh, we're a 30-point-a-game team. And I'm thinking, with Hester, with him flipping the field position, with the offense starting, if they don't feel like kicking it to him, we start on the 40.
Right.
If they do kick it to them, we start on their side of the field. Come on, man. You're going to get a field goal.
Right.
You know, just if you just don't throw it away, you might get a touchdown. And our points per game dropped like a brick after they let Hester go, because the offense wasn't just sitting on the other side of the field. When they start, they had to march 80 yards. It's totally different.
And he's the greatest kick returner ever. So I mean,
ever, including Deion.
Including Deion. Yeah.
He's better than Deion at kick return.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
When you're the best in 100 years, you're supposed to be flat out in the Hall of Fame, no argument.
Oh yeah. 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 It's long overdue. It's long overdue. Long overdue. All right, next up, Andre Johnson.
Gotta respect Andre Johnson.
Absolutely.
Gotta respect Andre Johnson. 3 seasons, over 1,500 yards receiving. He's a monster. Just, man, beast, monster. Just, what are you going to say? Man, just, you got to give him respect.
Yeah. All right, next up.
Man, your cousin, he loved this dude. This is one of his favorite receivers.
Oh, yeah, Andre Johnson was a dog, for sure.
Man, dude is crazy. Just, what can you say?
Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is what you can say. Hall of Fame.
Hey, let's jump back in it. Then we have another guy who played for a Bear, but you can't call him a Bear because he was all over the place. Right. But he played for the Bears and brought us some great excitement. Julius Peppers.
There you go.
Man, Peppers, man, we had fun. When he was out there, man, it was sweet. It was a sweet time. It was a sweet time. But then when he went up north, it was an ugly time.
Yeah.
Because then he got to flip and pay us back.
Yeah,
It
was a nice time with Pep here. Pep had a great career. I love watching Pep.
Yeah. Pep was a freak of nature, man.
Absolutely. He was a dog.
What was he, about 6'6", 6'7", about 280? That's just not a normal human size.
Right.
You know, it's not. He was abnormal. Guy that tall is usually skinny if he's an athlete.
Yeah.
You know, he was just, but he wasn't skinny
at all. He was a monster for sure.
Monster.
I hate
him.
Man.
And who's next on the list?
My boy, Patrick Willis.
Man, that's your guy.
That's my guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Patrick.
Right. Oh yeah,
I used to. I'm a Bears fan. Some kind of way about the 49ers.
Well, you know what? I'm a Bears fan, but you know, talent is talent. I like Patrick Willis for sure. For sure, he used to be lighting it up.
He's a beast for sure. I mean, he's a beast. He was a hell of a linebacker.
Yeah,
he's a beast. You know, 7 Pro Bowls in 8 seasons. What are you gonna do?
Right.
He's a beast.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Man. Now here's one I'm just not familiar with. Honestly, you know, I got the gray hair, but I can't remember Randy Gradishar. So nobody throws stones at their YouTube accounts, man. I can't remember. Plus, you know, he was in Denver, you know, so sorry. I just can't remember. My bad. You know. I didn't know anything about the Broncos back then, except for actually that was like he was there. Look, he was there right as Elway was coming in. So honestly, I didn't know nothing about the Broncos.
Yeah.
You know, but man, he was a baller. I just didn't get to really see him play.
Yeah. Before my time. Before my time.
Yeah, it was and kind of like I knew Bears from that era, but not other guys.
Yeah, I got you.
Speaking
We're
of
talking
Bears
Bears
from that era,
because we're talking Bears. Come on, give it to
Steve,
us.
Mongo,
Mongo.
McMichael.
Yes, sir. Chicago
Man,
guys.
man, that dude was a Bear. He exemplified Bears football.
Yeah.
That 85 Bears Super Bowl team, just think how many Hall of Famers were on that team. And if you weren't a Hall of Famer, you were all pro. If you weren't all pro, you were a Pro Bowler. It
Right.
wasn't fair. It was,
Nasty.
and we drafted most of those guys.
Right.
Most of those guys we drafted. It's nuts. Mongo, 13 years in Chicago and a chip.
A chip. And a
Man,
chip.
man.
Bring it
What
home.
do you man? I mean, and this is a defensive tackle back in the day, getting 8 sacks a season. Man, this man, that's something
Well
else.
deserved. Well deserved.
Something else. But man, much respect. You know, him and
Congratulations.
Hester, I consider them lifetime Bears, even though, you
They
know, they
are.
had a moment with another team.
They
Should
are.
have played their entire career as Bears. They were just too good to let go somewhere else. And you know, but hey, man, they were Bears. If they're Bears.
And that's it. And congratulations to the 2024 Hall of Fame inductees, especially the ones from Chicago.
especially. Hey, speaking
So
of, let's get into this Hall of Fame game.
there you go. I
Man,
want
so
to
first of
join
all, weather stopped it. Lightning storm came in and boom, all of a sudden that stadium was empty as it could be. But
right.
I feel like there was some lightning before the storm. I feel like there was some lightning on the field.
Yeah.
I, you know, it was our backups playing. They didn't let the starters play. But man, come on. Man,
Right.
come on. When Rippin, who actually is very familiar with our offensive coordinator and his system, got out there and let the ball rip, and admittedly, it was against number twos and number threes, but he's throwing to he's throwing to our number twos and number threes.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
really, not even our number twos. We had our number 2 running backs out there. We didn't have our number 2 tight end. We didn't even have our number 3 wideout. So, you know, think about, like, literally he's throwing to this kid Johnson, who is just eating. Colin Johnson's just eating the other team up, and it's just nuts. I mean, this kid has 1 reception in his NFL career, and he just looks crazy. And Rippin is just throwing the ball all
Mm,
over him, making all the right decisions,
mm,
managing the pocket. He looked phenomenal,
yeah.
you know.
You did.
And I'll give respect. Mills looked pretty good on the other side too. He was starting to make me worry a little bit because Mills was looking pretty good. Case Keenum was looking pretty good. They both were looking pretty good on the other side. But then, you know, we got out there, and I'm talking, we are way down the depth chart as far as the guys that are catching the ball. The guys catching the ball, and they look good. Sweeney, the tight end, looked good. Bates, the tight end, looked good. And Colin Johnson looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
And these guys are way deep on the depth chart.
Right.
Honestly,
Right.
I think with Dante Pettis' muff of the punt, Colin Johnson's incredible catches and incredible work, that he's you know, those 2 guys, and the fact that you need bigger guys for this crazy kickoff, that could be pushing Dante Pettis out. I
Right.
mean, I
Yeah.
don't need a small receiver that drops the ball when it gets to his hands.
Right.
You know, not that Johnson was perfect. He had that drop,
Yeah,
but he had a game, man. I don't have any problem with
and he
it.
made up for it because right after that drop, he caught that ball on the sideline,
Man,
over the defender. That was a really nice catch.
man,
That's really
man,
nice catch.
man.
And like you
And
said,
then to
these
have a
guys are blowing.
2-touchdown game,
Yeah,
come on.
we're seeing guys a lot of guys that won't even be on the team when it's time to play. So hats off to them out there playing for their spot, and the guys earning their spot. So yeah,
Hey, look, whatever happens, if Johnson gets cut, he's made other teams take a look at him. If I'm a team that looked like the Bears did 2 years ago when we started off trading for N'Keal Harry and things like that, I'm going to pick this kid up.
Yeah.
You know, he's 6'6", 220, and he can run routes and jump and twist his body and spin and catch.
Right.
I liked it. You know, I mean, the defense, I'm going to say the defense wasn't terrible. We had some, Kareem played really well. He looked good. Khalid Kareem, again, he's a vet playing against, you know, a younger crowd, but he looked good. Who'd you like on the defense?
To be honest, man, I'm not super familiar with them guys that far down on the.
I know it's tough.
I was looking to see some of the guys. And like you said, I wasn't. I mean, I was more impressed by the quarterback. The defense didn't, like you said, it didn't look terrible. I was looking and hopefully trying to see some splash plays, maybe some turnovers, or you know, it was a play when we fumbled the ball and got it back. But I mean, other than that, you know, I don't know. They didn't look bad. They didn't look bad. But I don't have much to say.
And the Texans are a good team.
Yeah.
I like the sense they didn't look bad.
Yeah.
Right. So you're talking about our rookies, not our rookies, our backups. These are our backups some way, and third stringers, and they didn't look bad.
Right.
You know, we've seen Bears preseasons where the third string and later and the second string looked terrible, and we're just like, well, no one better ever go down.
Right. Yep. Right.
So it wasn't bad. I mean, the excitement.
That's how I feel.
How you feeling, man?
That's how I feel. I'm back ready for football. We got another game next week. We got preseason, so we'll have weekly games now to be able to at least we'll see the starters in increments. I'm excited for that. So we'll start to see what our team really looks like. I also feel like today it wasn't going to be much of a giveaway because we have to see these boys shortly. And I forget sometimes they picked up Mixon. They picked up what was it? Is it Diggs? Did they get Diggs now?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be tough and they're gonna be ready to see us. So I don't think we wanted to tip our hat too much. So it was kind of what I expected. But yeah, we didn't look bad. The backup QB, I guess he looked okay. I was hoping to see Andre Reed, whatever his name is, the undrafted rookie. But of course it got canceled out, so we didn't get to see too much of him. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm just ready for some football, and it's that time of year. So, and once again, different than other years, I'm actually confident that this year will be different for us. We got different personnel on the coaching side and on the field. So I'm hoping that'll lead us to some good things.
I hear you, man. I'm super excited. I'm pumped. I was so excited, even though we didn't get to see any of the starters.
Right.
And you know, let's be honest, some of the guys they kept out. You know, we're stretching the term starter. You know, it's guys that are taking first string reps.
Right.
You know, I love Rome. He's a number one on a lot of teams, but he's sitting behind DJ Moore and Keenan Allen.
And I said
he's solid behind those. He's not uprooting those guys.
Right.
Right. So they could have played him, you know, but they didn't. We just picked up a backup tight end, a tight end 2 from the Chargers. Could have played him. They didn't. So I feel like they kind of stretched, which I'm okay with because we actually were highly respectable against a very good team, and we didn't load the gun at all.
Right.
We came out there empty of bullets and said, hey, you know, what can the guys with the BBs do?
Right.
And they were firing them BB guns.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm having a ball.
Yeah, man. Me too. It's that time, man. We're back on We're Talking Bears. I'm excited to bring more content. I I'm excited to bring some W's to We're Talking Bears and tell them some I told you so and I seen it coming because it's definitely long overdue.
The W's. I hear you. I hear you. Well, I'm Uncle.
And I'm Nephew.
And we're talking Bears. Bear down.
Bear down.